Welcome to Obstacle Running Adventures.
All right, well, let's bring it back up to get back to that in a little bit. But
Okay.
one of the things about I'm trying to think of, but my father-in-law, I guess now that's what do you call him now? It's interesting. He took me on in a ride in his like Corvette with like the top down, and I'm not a very big car guy, but I'm like, oh, this is fun. I'm like, I don't know how to explain this to him, but I'm like, it feels like I'm in like a go-kart, like as a kid, like. Is that why you
Yeah.
don't think it? And he's like, yeah, you get it. Like that's the point. It just makes you feel like a kid again. So is that the allure to like motorcycles too, like the wind on your face and everything? And
Uh, that, but also really nerdy reasons as well. Well, like as a martial artist, you'll understand. Like one of the big things that I love most is that when I'm riding a motorcycle, it's the same as when I use my sword in competition. It is a part of me.
yeah,
Like we are one thing, one machine. It just becomes an extension, and having that kind of connection to any kind of hobby, any kind of activity, whether it's martial arts, motorcycles, or anything else, that is that is therapeutic inherently. But to the shock of no one, I'm a massive nerd and a big Superman fan, and I used to do a lot of charity work visiting children's hospitals as Superman, and I always wanted to fly. And when you are racing a motorcycle at 150, 160, 200, it is the closest you will ever feel to being Superman. Like just, and it's also some of the most calm I've ever felt. It just immediately fall into a lot of people call it a flow state, where you are just completely engrossed in the moment, nothing else is happening, and you are fully in control. And there's just a calm confidence without any big concerns while whipping it around those curves on a track or anything like that. And I mean, it's still fun to ride on an open road just because traveling in a car, like I've done for most of my life, it doesn't help you experience the world the same way riding a motorcycle does because it's surrounded by glass on all sides
right.
and somehow feels less real. And I can't explain why, but when I'm on the bike, infinitely more real, even though I have a helmet and a visor on.
Yeah,
And
makes sense.
yeah, and it's way harder. So that I guess that makes it feel more like an accomplishment.
Fair.
Yeah.
So let's get I could talk to you about so many other things, but getting into your crazy, cross continent adventure,
Yeah.
what made you want to set off on this adventure in particular?
Well, I I recently relocated to the UK, and I uh, here with my girlfriend, and she had suggested that I get a bike for over here, so I have my own transport, and I said that's fantastic. Yeah, I'll do that. So I bought a bike, and I picked. I found a BMW F800 GS. It was a 2008 for um, about 3,500 pounds, and I had just sold my truck back in the US, so I had a bit of extra money. And so I got that, and I am training to do off-road rally racing for motorcycles and like long distance stuff. My goal is to do the Dakar Rally within a few years, and that's like a 10,000 mile race across some of the most dangerous terrain on Earth. And so I wanted something that would be good for training, learning about my endurance capabilities, but also so that I could film good, engaging online content. Because the only way that you can do races like Dakar is if you have sponsors,
Mhm.
and I wanted to be able to showcase my viability as a marketable asset. And so I originally well, my girlfriend, she was going away for about a week and a half on a trip that she had planned months ago um, in France. And since she was going to be gone for that amount of time, I said, I'll just go on a motorcycle trip while you're gone. And I have some friends in Turkey, and I thought about just going to visit them and come straight back. And then I thought about what if I keep going? And the plan was originally to go all the way through Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Israel, Egypt, and then back around. And almost made it. Almost. I made it to Iraq. I made it to Iraq, but then I found out that the border crossing that I needed into Saudi Arabia at Arar was closed to anyone except for Saudi or Iraqi locals who were on their Hajj, the pilgrimage to Mecca. So since an American can't get through, I had to just cut my losses and head back. But I also got wicked food poisoning from a salad in Turkey that had me out of commission for like 9 days. And I was trying to keep going. Like I still had food poisoning when I got to Iraq, and it was over 100 degrees when I arrived. And I wear full gear when I ride, like so like the thick armored pants, the armored shirt, and it is ungodly hot. So the food poisoning combined with the heat and the lack of ability to drink water while riding, like I was in bad shape. Like I'm fairly certain I was close to like not alive a few times. Well, not to mention in Serbia where my rear tire exploded and ended up catching it on video, shockingly enough,
Yeah.
and almost caused me to wreck because it exploded when I was going about 80 miles per hour. It like tore up my number plate. It was a whole thing. And I got that fixed, repaired, ready to go. Then all that other stuff happened, the food poisoning, Iraq, everything else. And here's the part I haven't told the internet yet.